Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. This is Shawny English here. So a lot of people have asked me how to get a by 9 in IELTS reading. Did I use some special techniques? Did I take some expensive courses? The truth is, I didn't do any of that. I never even watched an IELTS reading tutorial. What I did was pretty simple. I love reading English books, fiction or nonfiction. That's how my reading skills grew naturally. And so when it comes to the test, these skills were already there. That's why I believe finishing a English book is one of the best things to do over vacation. So in today's video, I'm going to show you why this works the best and how to choose the right book and how to actually finish that book. So let's dive in. At the start of the video, I want to talk about why vacation reading works the best for us. What makes it stand out is that it's done purely for the sake of reading itself. So when you're on break, especially as a college student, you got to pick an English book that you really want to read with no exams, no pressure attached. This makes the best kind of reading habit, and let me tell you why. There's a great concept from Stephen Kuroshin's The Power of Reading called FVR, Free Voluntary Reading, which highlights reading that is free, self-selected, and enjoyable. One of its key points is this. Once reading is tied to tests or grades, it loses its natural power to build a language and literacy. I've actually experienced this myself. I wasn't an English major actually back in college. I studied engineering, but I still finished English books out of my interest. And I even finished the two big boy reading textbooks assigned to English majors completely on my own. And I somehow understood and appreciate these passages even better than many English majors, and that felt really rewarding. So once again, I emphasize the concept of reading during vacation. Like Francis Bacon said, the purpose of study is for delight, for ornament, and for ability. And delight comes first for a certain reason. Sure, now we know that vacation reading is incredibly effective. Next, we need to figure out which book will stay with us throughout the vacation. I divide book choices into like three categories: what you can do, what you like, and what is good. To put that in perspective, we should choose an English book that matches our vocabulary level and a topic we are familiar with and genuinely interested in, and of course, a book that is well recommended and worth our time. So I know what you're probably looking for, a platform or app that puts everything in one place. And that's why I want to introduce you to guys this app, Mint Reading, 薄荷阅读. First off, it classifies every book into different vocabulary difficulty. You choose the vocabulary of your level, and the app recommends books that you can finish. The books are well selected and picked by experienced English learners, some of them with master's degree in English or similar qualifications, so you can put your trust on these books. At the same time, the app categorizes books by genre and access by your goals and interests. Based on your answers, it recommends books tailored to your own needs. And with the subscription, you get access to more than 180 well-curated books in a bookstore, fiction or nonfiction, and whatever you name it. I found my book of choice, the economics book. I'm actually enjoying it a lot right now. The book has actually become part of my life and my daily reading. I read with this app every day. Boom, now we know how to get the right book. But most people still don't finish an entire book. Why? Because, well, first of all, it's about a book itself. Many English learners find it overwhelming to open up a 400-page long book packed with dense, non native language. It is just too much. Second, it's about motivation. Sometimes we do have the time, but not the drive. These days, there's so much competing for our attention: short form videos, social media, games. It is very easy to get distracted and lose interest. So in the next part of the video, I'm going to walk you through how the app helps you actually finish the book and how it turns reading into a fun and enjoyable process. Okay, this is where the reading app really shines. First, I love how it collects in one place all the vocabulary that I've highlighted from a book. I can check my personalized vocab list anytime, and with just a tap right away, I go back to the sentence where that word appeared. Even better, it shows me other parts where the word show up again. And that's how real vocabulary learning happens through repeated exposure and contact based learning. And this app supports that beautifully. Another cool feature that I really like about this app is about the chapter preview. Each chapter comes with a short intro written by a fellow English learner. It gives you a quick overview of what the chapter is all about and introduces some key terms that I might come across. And so when I see the term in context, it doesn't feel like a punch in the face. If you struggle with self discipline or motivation, Mint Reading also offers a special guided reading program. It is like having a teacher walk you through the book and step by step. You get your questions answered and you gain a deeper understanding of each chapter, actually. What I personally love about this app is the reading schedule. It breaks your reading journey into manageable daily tasks, like 60, 70, or 80 days. And that's a game changer because one big reason people fail to read through a book is that they feel overwhelmed by how long they are. But when a big goal is broken down into small tasks, it suddenly feels like a doable task. In the book How We Learn, the author explains how breaking big tasks into smaller chunks help us to actually complete them. Some books even come with real rewards. If you finish a book with the app, they'll send you a physical copy as a gift. And that's right, an actual book that you can hold in your hands. One day when you finish that book and put it on your shelf, and when you look back and say, "Hey, I really finished this English book. This is my achievement." And as more books pile up on that shelf, you will feel like a growing sense of pride and satisfaction of reading. And trust me, once you start building the habit of reading like this, it becomes addictive. You will crave the joy of learning more and reading more. By the way, if you would like to read magazine passages for information acquisition or test preparation, Mint Reading has something called Mint Daily, where you can actually read these authentic passages right there. With all the cool features I talked about, it feels like you've got a teacher walking you through an intensive reading of these magazine passages, and it feels pretty good. So that's all for today's video. I hope this video gave you some clarity and maybe even a nudge that you need to finally pick up that English book you have been putting off reading. Start small, stay consistent. Every great reader and writer starts with one page, one chapter, and one book. So I'm Shawny English here. Remember, happy reading and happy learning, and I'll see you in next video. Bye bye.